Alrighty then. Well, me personally, I don't have it yet, and unfortunate for me, I suck. I know. I'll get it eventually, around the corner, down the street. I don't know. Struggles is real, man. Struggles are so real. I can't even enjoy the greatness that is the Goddessy.
Oh God.
Let's have a moment of silence.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, let's get into the newsy news stuff. So we're going to go ahead and talk about some newsy stuff. And the first thing on our agenda today is Nintendo is heading for its best ever eShop revenues, driven by Switch success. So yeah, so all of Nintendo's download platforms have delivered success on various levels, from standout hits on the Wii and DSi stores to notable landmarks, achievements achieved by the 3DS and then Wii U eShop. With the Switch eShop, we could be heading for genuinely sustainable success, however, with an impressive number of fresh titles arriving every week, plenty of which are of a high quality. So this is reflected in sales. In his investor presentation, Nintendo President Tatsumi Kimishima outlined the fact that the eShop has had its most successful 6-month period in terms of revenue, with the Switch store cited as the main selling point. And he says, I would also like to touch on the process we have made for our download sales. This figure shows the download sales of digital content for dedicated video game platforms compared to past years. Sales through the second quarter were the highest in our history for a 6-month period, and download sales for Nintendo Switch highly contribute to increase of total download sales. So it's looking like they got a lot of shit going on here. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's a lot of sales. So what's particularly notable about those results is the consistency between quarter 1 and quarter 2, whereas in previous years, including the previous high of 2015 and 2016, there are peaks and then dips. For example, that spike in 2015 and 2016 was largely divided by popular DLC for Mario Kart 8 and Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U and 3DS. We've had the paid expansion pass for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, of course, but the consistency between quarter 1 and quarter 2 this year, and all of the positive noises from indie publishers and developers. But anyway, we don't care. It's just they're doing great. They got a lot of eShop shit going on. And I would like to ask you guys, have y'all been purchasing things from the eShop as of late?
Yeah, I recently got what do you call that game? Phantom Trigger. Even though they sent me I got Golf Story too. But they sent me a code for Steam, but I would really like to play that game at work when I go to work on a weekend. So
this chick over here just raining games and don't even know.
Man, I need to stop. I literally need to stop. But you know, but I'm about that under $10 life though. Don't sleep. I'm still under that under $10 life, because y'all know I'm struggling over here. So I got Phantom Trigger because it was actually $7 on the eShop on sale for Halloween. So if you're interested in a Phantom Trigger on the Switch, it's $7 right now. So I say, why not?
That's what's up. That's what's up.
But as far as the article at hand, it makes sense. Somebody said this blasphemy today, but it makes sense, and it's actually pretty true. Shout outs to the homie Base Video, because he's actually the one who said it. But he said on Twitter today that the Nintendo Switch is basically the Vita 2 in relation to like the indie scene. I know how everybody feels about the Vita. It didn't really sell that well.
Heresy!
You know what? The Vita wasn't even a bad. No, but it wasn't bad. It's just they didn't.
Here's where he was coming from, though. He wasn't saying like it was gonna like sell like trash,
right?
But basically saying that having indie games on a portable form factor
platform
makes them more appealing than just on any other
and it's more accessible that way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like indies on the go was like
that's
indies
the way
on the
go.
go is greatness.
Yeah,
that's perfect. It's perfect
combo. So it really doesn't surprise me that these indies are having great success on the eShop. I actually kind of expected that, considering the form factor of the Switch. The only thing that I hope is that it continues, because one thing that I've noticed about the eShop week to week is that the eShop is getting so many new games.
Oh my god, yes.
And a lot of the appeal of being on the Switch, especially as an indie, is the fact that there's not as much competition. But the more games arrive, of course, the more competition is there. So we'll see, man.
We'll see if it starts slowing down or something.
Yeah, the competition's getting high because a lot of these
competition's
indies are
fierce.
actually looking pretty.
As long as the quality is still good, like
that's all that matters.
That's great. Like the quantity is great, yeah, but as long as they keep the quality up on these games,
not every game can be successful.
Yeah, not everyone.
Not every game can be successful, and we'll see, man.
So,
but it's good so far. I like to see.
What game did you manage to get, Alex?
You got what am I? Oh, 1 second.
Any
I got Metal Slug 3. I got Sonic Mania. I got Wolverblade. That's an indie game. And Shantae.
How is that?
It's all right. It's not worth the price they're asking, but it's like if it was like $10, I'd suggest getting it.
Okay.
But right now it's like $20. I wouldn't get it again. But Shantae Half Genie Hero, amazing game. I love this game. I got the DLC for it too. Risky
that's
stuff.
good.
Risky Boots DLC. That was awesome. That's the most. Yeah, that's the most recent things I got was Wolverblade and Shantae.
That's what's up. What about you, over there, Silent Boy?
I'm just and I ain't trying to rain on anybody's parade.
What games have you got?
Does Sonic Mini even count as a indie game?
But not really an indie game, but it's just like like a smaller game. I guess that's
it's still part of the eShop.
It was made mostly by that one guy till Sega.
Yeah, but Sega published it though.
So
it's still like a small game, kind of like how Child of Light was published by Ubisoft.
Yeah,
it's still
very similar to Child of Light.
Yeah, there you go.
But it still has like that indie feel. It's like a smaller, budget title, stuff like that.
Well, I guess the games I've been playing on my lunch break a lot. SteamWorld Dig 2 is a good game, really
amazing game.
Yeah, it's really fun. I purchased XM Verge, if I'm pronouncing that right.
Oh yeah, XM Verge.
Yeah, I hadn't played it yet. I just bought it just to buy it. Yeah. Of course, I got Sonic Mania. Of course, I bought the kids.
That too.
What? I told you.
I didn't say anything.
What did I say? What did I say, Coupon? What did I say?
Ignore him and continue.
Oh my God, I didn't say anything.
Okay. Shut up. Okay, I bought Minecraft for my kids a couple weeks ago, so I guess you could say it's an indie game. What else?
Yeah.
That's about it. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still in that Stardew Valley, but yeah. I actually am going to be getting the Mario, not Mario, but freaking the Sonic Mania. I want to get that one next. That's the next one on my list. Looks good. One of the better Sonic games, but yeah.
Definitely gonna be better than Forces.
Stop. Anyway, moving on to the next topic.
Thank you, Coupon. Let's
moving on to the next topic. Overcooked Special Edition Worms WMD Yoku's Island Express coming to retail on Switch. So apparently they will be getting a retail sale. So Team 17 has partnered with Sold Out for a number of new physical releases. Among these are Overcooked Special Edition, Worms WMD, and Yoku's Island Express for Switch. Each one of these physical releases are scheduled for 2018. We have the Switch box art for Overcooked above, the general packaging, and all that good stuff. So yeah, hopefully somebody's showing you a picture of them and they look good. I want to get Overcooked, and I wish it was something that I could play with friends, because it's definitely it's a good game, but it's not good to play on your own, and if only it had like some kind of, I guess,
maybe
it's local only.
It has local, it has local co-op, but not online.
Maybe when Baby Struggle gets a little older.
All I'm saying is, this something that they could implement like an online co-op at a later date.
Do the other versions have online?
No,
I don't think so.
It's local across the board, even on PC. Because I have it on PC.
Huh, that's strange.
And I have it on PlayStation 4, and
that's probably why. Like it's doing a good job, but like at the same time, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are kind of like
I wonder what the reason is for that, though.
I would still be playing this game if it had online. Well, I reached out to them about it because they actually sent it to us for review.
Yeah.
And I asked them, you know, I wasn't like bad and I wasn't ugly about it. I was like, you know, so what was the decision behind making it local only? And they were saying,
just because they're like a small team?
Yeah, they said that they were a small team, and if it becomes, you know, more successful, they could look into it further if the funds allow for them to do such a thing. Until that happens,
the game seems successful though.
It's doing really well on the Switch. It's still in the top 20 on Switch right now.
Yeah,
I don't know about the other versions though.
I don't know. Maybe you need to rally behind that. Be like, hey, help them get the funds so they can put this thing multiplayer.
Yeah, but it's still in the top 20 on the Switch, which is crazy to me.
That's good.
It got slept on so hard on the other consoles and on PC. But
well, I mean,
we talk about this all the time. It's because, like, because the other consoles have so many games. These smaller ones can't survive.
They can't. They can't.
Yeah, and like that's just the way it is, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it's a great game. Like, you don't really think much about it because it's just like a cooking thing. But it gets real. I don't know if you guys ever seen me and my boyfriend stream it, but oh my god, this game is.
It can get serious. I've been watching other people play it. I'm like, God dang, I wish I could.
It gets real.
It's just me, myself, and I, and that's gonna get boring fast.
Yeah, it's hard to play it by yourself.
I bought it for my girlfriend, but I haven't actually played it with her. She said by herself it's like impossible.
Alex, if y'all get together, like when y'all get together, y'all have to stream this game. Like, it is one of those games. It's like me at one point. Me and my boyfriend and Erica and her husband were kind of doing like this test your relationship type thing because you really have to you gotta communicate with the person you playing with, man. It's vital. I'm telling you.
Dang, that is funny.
It's good though.
That's on that Mario Kart levels of.
Man, it's pretty crazy.
That's funny. All right, so our next topic is on Owlboy coming to Switch on February 13th. And to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of Owlboy, D-Pad prepared a special video presentation with announcements. Among what was shared, we can now say that the game is coming to Switch on February 13th, which is awesome. And also, apparently, it is on sale on Steam for how much, you said?
It's like 40% off right now.
So there you go.
In the US, it's $15.
Oh, that's what's up. All right. So, look into that if you're interested in Owlboy. Looks good. I might actually have to pick
it's a pretty high-rated game, too.
Yeah, never heard of it. A lot of people are talking.
You never heard of Owlboy?
No, what kind of game is it? Never heard of it.
It's a platforming game.
Oh, okay. Remember, I'm a dude, bro, so yeah.
That's true. You never played a platform in your life.
Whatever.
Unless it's with a blue guy, I guess.
I would... I told you
more news.
What?
Nintendo you just need to learn how to ignore him. But anyway, Nintendo reveals Zelda Breath of the Wild Explorers Edition, Zelda 2DS bundle. Okay, so first of all, before I get into this, 2DS is getting a bundle, but you couldn't give us one? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm saying though, I was like when I first.
All I'm saying is I see this little
make an actual.
I'm looking at this Explorer's Guide, and I'm like, but we couldn't get a Zelda Switch, like. But
that's really strange. I don't understand why they didn't do that. Maybe they didn't want to cut into the Mario bundle.
You know what? That also makes sense. But to sell them side by side, I don't think they would cannibalize each other.
Yeah,
I think that there's people who are straight up like Zelda fanatics, and then there's people that.
Well, either way, whoever's buying a Switch this holiday is getting both games.
I kind of wish Nintendo kind of copy what Microsoft do with their bundles. Like they customize.
Yeah, like that Minecraft bundle.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
I like that.
Although I find that Minecraft bundle to be very ugly, but if you were a fan of Minecraft, I'm sure you would love that bundle.
I show my kids that they love it.
I'm sure they loved it. Yeah.
It's more of a kid's thing.
Yeah.
It's like an acquired taste, but you know, I don't know. Or
I was been a fan of custom
Nintendo
bundles.
had those like colorful bundles from
they used to
theme. They had like
like N64 they had so many.
They had so many.
The Pikachu one.
I had the Donkey Kong one. The green see-through one.
I don't know why I had that one either, but I didn't purchase it. My freaking dad loves it.
So that was the last console that had all those cool bundles. That was the last one. That's 20 years ago. Woo.
I mean, like the GameCube had different colors, but it wasn't like themed.
They weren't like specific bundles, though.
Yeah. So anyway, Nintendo has revealed 2 new Zelda-related bundles with Black Friday just around the corner. First up, the Zelda Breath of the Wild Explorers Edition is now confirmed. It'll come with a copy of the game, a 100-page Explorer's Guide, I want that, and 2-sided map. Pricing is set to $59.99, $60.
That's pretty cool.
So that's not too bad, actually. And then also on the way is the Zelda 2DS bundle along with this system. A copy of Ocarina of Time is included. The pack costs $79.99, $80. It looks ugly, actually. That green.
I'm not really feeling it.
I'm sorry, I'm not digging that. That looks ugly, and I'm not about to read all of what this is down here. But yeah, there you go.
You just basically
pretty much what the hell is. Yeah, that's what I figured. I was like, I'm not getting into that. So yeah, there you have it.
I want that book.
I want that book. That Explorer's Guide. Yeah, me too. That's
I wonder if they're going to sell it separately.
Yeah. I hope so. I'm going to wait and see. It looks like something they might.
Because they don't sell those Mario Joy-Cons separately yet, right?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Not sure.
I want them. I like those ones. They're nice.
The ones that are just like plain red?
Yeah, the Odyssey ones. Because it's like a darker red, which is what I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, blow these fires out.
Oh, wait, hold on. Alrighty, hold on. My screen just flipped out on me. I'm just like confused as fuck, fam. Confused AF. Anyway, I'm back in the market. Okay, so LA Noir. Is that right? Okay, yeah, LA Noir. LA Noir.
No, I thought WWE's next.
The who?
WWE.
See, I knew my thing was flipping out on me.
You're one ahead.
Yeah, my thing. Yeah, WB. My thing flipped out on me, and that's what happened. It deleted that page. Okay, WB. All right, let me click on that one. My bad. The WWE thing. Wrestling. So WWE 2K18's physical release on Switch requires a 24 gigabyte download. An update packaging image for the Switch version of WWE 2K18 confirms the download requirement for the physical version. If you plan on picking the game up, you'll need 24 gigabytes of free space for an extra download.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That's a lot.
Don't surprise me at all.
But I mean, I'm not getting
until these carts get cheaper. This is what it's going. I
mean,
until those 32 gig carts become affordable, this is just reality.
This is what we're dealing with, and I mean, I don't know. I can see why people are mad, but at the same time, it's like we're kind of living in a digital age, and you kind of should have expected it.
At this point, you have to come to a realization you need an SD card for the Switch. It's essentially mandatory.
Pretty much.
Yeah, just get you a current one for that time being. And I mean, a lot of people are like, well, what's the point of getting the physical copies? Well, don't get physical copies of these games, I guess.
Yeah.
The games that you got to download extra shit, just get physical copies of games you don't like, Mario Odyssey or something, or Legend of Zelda stuff. Cause
so I want to know is how big is the game just in general?
By itself. Aside from that?
Yeah, I wonder how big it is in general.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. The cartridge is probably the 16 gig cart, right? So
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think they'd be. If they're using the 8 gig cart, then they're really just cheaping out on us.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Sounds about right.
I don't know, but I don't really care.
I just came to a realization when I first heard about this. I was like, it's kind of obvious that's the way they were gonna go. So I'm not really too concerned.
In Japan,
now they start taking bigger chunks of games or like data out of the games. I'm gonna start having concerns then. Like, how much freaking information you need to take out of these games?
My only problem is when they want to use the cheapest card, but then they also want to charge you more. Like that.
More, yeah, that was my thing. I was like,
that doesn't happen too often though.
Now,
yeah, but if you're gonna use the cheapest card, it needs to be 60, fam. You took that L for a reason, so I mean, that's on
sorry,
you.
I'm not paying for your extra shit. Just saying. But so on to some more download requirements. LA Noir Switch file size physical version requires a 14 gigabyte download. So Rockstar support site provides new information about the storage requirements for the Switch version of LA Noir. Assuming you're going with the digital version, LA Noir is a 29 gigabyte download. This includes all bug fixes improvements. Due to the high size, you'll need a micro SD card. Even if you purchase a physical version of LA Noire, you'll still need to download extra data. The game will have a 14 gigabyte day one download containing required gameplay data as well as general bug fixes and improvements. It can be installed on either Switch's internal storage or a micro SD.
So that one just needs 14 gigs.
Yeah, it's not as big, but still, it's annoying.
The game will have a 14 gig day one download containing gameplay data.
It said something else. Okay.
This is pretty standard now. Like
standard stuff is kind of
third-party games. Like Nintendo games are small, but these third-party games are huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is basically the equivalent of an install anyway, so it's like
As long
as you're not charging me more, I don't care.
Right? Please don't charge more. Please and thanks. Appreciate you. So, first Steam World Dig has sold over 1 million copies. Sequel sales on Switch much higher than other platforms. Kotaku caught up with Image and Forum CEO, I don't even know how to say that, for a look back on the original Steam World Dig. What is that name?
I don't know. They're like Swedish or something.
Oh my God. What is that name? Brejan. I don't, whatever. So while speaking with the site.
Let's call him Bjorn.
I'm going to call him Sai. Because
how about we call him Sven? Call him Sven.
I'm going to call him Sai. I'm calling him Sai. S-I because his name is
Naruto shit?
His name is through all this thing. So anyway, so Sai, while speaking with the site, Sai revealed that the first game has sold over 1 million copies collectively. One reason the Steam World Dig did so well is Nintendo's promotion of the game, and Sai spoke about how having it featured in Nintendo Direct a few years ago boosted visibility. So this is Sai. They gave the game a full minute of primetime coverage just as the game was released. We'd literally be nowhere today without that support because we would have gone surefire bust. I had borrowed so much cash for us to complete SteamWorld Dig that any smaller initial sales volumes would have rendered us extinct.
That's crazy.
That is so crazy.
Damn.
Nobody had heard of us when
the Cuphead guys did that too.
They mortgaged their house and everything.
Yeah, it was all worth it at the end of the day.
When you go all in on a video game and it pays back.
Oh yeah. They got their money back.
So they say nobody had heard of us when we released SteamWorld Dig on 3DS in August 2013, and Nintendo decided to bet on the game in a Nintendo Direct at the time. I guess you could call us Nintendo's first Nindy experiment. So, and Sergey said, or Sai says, the Switch is the hip new system that's very important in terms of SteamWorld Dig 2 sales. The other platforms so far, Steam and PS4 Vita, don't come close.
Oh, wow.
They don't come close. So Nintendo is the saving grace for them. That's what's up.
It helps being on the platform early.
I mean,
and then the fact that they were featured. I think the announcement of SteamWorld Dig 2 was a Nintendo.
The first time I saw SteamWorld Dig was on a Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever heard of it. Because I didn't even know it existed until then.
And you take it anywhere you want to go, so hey, that helps too.
True.
Yeah, definitely.
Not to mention that's a legitimately good game, and the first one was great too.
Definitely. It was so awesome. I'm glad they're doing good. Because they definitely put in a lot. It seemed like they had to put in a lot for that. And they got their money back. So, hey, you guys haven't got the game and you plan on getting it, support them, help them out. That's how you make money. That's how you make money. You big freaking, you make money by doing stuff like this. You don't need to nickel and dime us. Anyway.
On the reverse side, not to take out too much time, but didn't that one indie developer that made Next Machina, didn't they shut their doors or?
No, they just said they're not going to make that kind of game anymore.
What?
Oh, they're moving on to something else, or?
Yeah, because it didn't sell well.
I guess so.
And that game is freaking awesome.
And it's a good game.
That's crazy.
It is.
Yeah, it sucks, man. Because we need those kind of games are fun, but we don't get enough of them.
Did it get any kind of light or any kind of media attention?
No, not really. But it scored well on Metacritic, got 88.
Wow.
But nobody bought it. It's just too much competition on the PS4 and Steam. Too many games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they should. Did they bring it over to Switch or no?
No, it's just PS4 and Steam.
They should try that. They might do better over here, but hey, that's up to them. Anyway, so Switch passes 2 million sales in Japan thanks to Super Mario Odyssey Fever.
Oh yeah!
The Super Mario Odyssey has given Switch the sales boost it needed to pass the 2 million console sold market in its native Japan. Last week, Switch sold 133,94. Wow. Okay. With the bulk of that figure apparently thanks to Super Mario Odyssey Switch bundle. Last week also marked the biggest delivery of Switch stock Nintendo had issued to retailers in the last 4 months, meaning there were more consoles on offer than normal. According to Famitsu, Super Mario Odyssey sold 511 and 625 copies during its first 3 days on sales in Japan. These sales include game-specific download cards and the Switch Super Mario Odyssey bundle, but not copies purchased directly from the Switch eShop. It would appear that the entire shipment of physical...
God,
my God!
Relax!
Jesus Christ!
I was done anyway, but yeah, sales are great. So, what do you guys take on this? Great, awesome, wonderful. No, I mean it's Mario. It's fucking Mario. People are always so surprised.
But even though it is Mario, 2 million in 3 days, like that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty damn crazy. It took the 3D World months to hit that.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
So it's good times.
It's wonderful. It's a great time to be a gamer. I'm just saying, there's games everywhere on all platforms, quite frankly, and people need to just shut up. All games on all platforms because they still have.
we only talk about relevant platforms on this podcast, all right?
As I said, there are games on all platforms, multi-platform games on all platforms, and it's a great time to be a gamer. So, yeah, get out there and game. Anyway, Nintendo Switch sales are trending well above Wii U and could even catch the Wii. This is good.
That's very good.
Great.
Yep.
And that's without being a console for grandmas. Cool.
Right? And uncles and whatnot.
Oh, shit.
Grandma, can I have my game back? No.
No, Jimmy, I want the ball.
Now you see here. We're still plowing through Nintendo's meaty 6-month financial results briefing. Another thing of interest was just how well the Nintendo Switch has performed in sales compared to the Wii U and, of course, the original Wii. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out that the Wii U sold rather poorly, of course, but it is interesting to see just how much better the Switch is doing in comparison. There should be some charts on your screen there, you guys. Oh my God. He's like, oh no. He's playing Mario. I don't blame him.
Okay, US and Canada consoles sell through in first year after release. Okay, there we go. Holy cow! It's trouncing that dog shit Wii U.
So annoying.
It's even more impressive in graphics form.
I know, right? It's just crazy. It's like the beginning, and then suddenly, poof, just.
Wow.
That Wii is a monster, though. Look at that thing.
Yeah.
Just keep on going. Now get more Switches and stuff on the market now.
Yeah, now that they've like sorted out their manufacturing problem, I don't think it'll be an issue anymore.
Oh, poor Mario's freezing.
He's freezing his ass off. Look at him.
I'm watching him. He's freezing, poor baby. Actually, freeze your ass off.
Oh, how dare you?
I still don't like Mario. I don't mind his games. I don't like him. Anyway, so this is good. This is good news. I like this. This is good news. This is awesome news, actually.
Yeah,
so hopefully, I would love to see the Switch actually surpass the Wii, but
that's a hard target.
That's gonna take. Yeah, that's a talk for later. But at least
look at those Wii U sales in Europe. Ooh, so bad. God damn.
Freaking Alex, man. God.
Phone.
Of course,
their phone always going off.
His phone always goes off. I love it.
Always. It's not a podcast unless my phone goes off.
That's why I love it. Like, oh, there goes his phone again.
His phone is a private podcast.
It is the podcast.
It's always the secret member of Team
I would love for anybody to just go back into any of our past podcasts and see how many times the phone did not ring during it.
It's impossible. It rings every time.
We gotta do a giveaway to anybody who can figure it out.
you can figure that out. I'll give you a phone. Just a phone, a rotary phone. Oh my god, those are antique.
Rotary phone. Oh my god.
Girl, I'm telling you, I still got one.
Those are lit,
but
though.
They're lit.
They're cool.
Nintendo wants everyone in your house to have their own Switch. Well, duh. Just duh. Traditionally, one Nintendo console.
Look at that family. Look how happy they are. You know how sad they'd be if they'd all had.
First of all, they're on couches. First of all, they're on couches and shit at a park. That is a park. Yeah, that is a park.
Well, maybe, I guess.
That's a park. I've seen parks like these where they have the billiards and all that, and they literally took their couch. Like they probably took like
brought a table and a couch.
They were probably trash anyway. It's probably like dumpster stuff that they brought over there, and they put it in a park. Yes, they do that.
Yeah. These guys are having a lot of fun.
But they look like they're having fun. I mean,
they're having a great time.
If you're gonna hang out at the park, why not with your Switch?
Right.
So traditionally, oh my god, they got green tea. I want it. Traditionally, one of Nintendo's consoles per household was enough. Granted, if you were a lucky kid, you might have had your own personal SNES, GameCube, or Wii in your bedroom all those years ago. But many homes buy a single machine, which takes pride of place under the living room TV for the entire family to enjoy. Those were like olden days. Like with the Switch, Nintendo wants to buck that trend and encourage consumers to adopt a buying pattern, which is perhaps more suited to the handheld market. According to Wall Street Journal's Takashi Mochizuki,
nice.
Tatsumi Kimishima has recently told investors that the company wants Switches to be positioned as a system that all family members own rather than just having one per household. And he tweets, Nintendo CEO plans to promote Switch more as an item for individuals, not per household. Big deal. You may assume, of course, Nintendo wants everyone in the house to have a Switch. It sells more consoles that way. However, this stance shows Nintendo's current thinking behind its promotion of consoles. And quite frankly, it just shows that it's a handheld.
Basically.
It's a handheld, not a hybrid, not a freaking home console. It's a handheld. Deal with it.
It's a hybrid.
It's a fucking handheld. Okay, you. But yeah, they're essentially it's a mobile device that you could pretty much put in everyone's hands as opposed to just one household. Makes sense. It's kind of like, well, duh.
Right.
Well, duh. You know, mom and dad wants to play one. Well, mom, dad, get your own. I have mine. Thank you. Like, simple. And then plus you got the tabletop and stuff, so you can also play at home tabletop. You can go on the go tabletop, all that good stuff. So yeah, it makes sense. It's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah, so, like it makes perfect sense. Like having one console, when you can have multiple versions that link together, like it's better to have multiple.
Especially, yeah. You can have up to how many of these ones? 8, 16, 15, 30?
8. I believe it's 8. Because I saw them with the Mario Kart and Splatoon, they had 8 hooked up.
So that's actually not bad. 8 is a good, it's a nice little something.
8's a good amount.
It's a good amount. Yeah. Has anybody got 8 people together yet?
It'd be nice. Go to Starbucks.
I've only done the local multiplayer thing twice so far, and it actually works pretty well.
You play with your girlfriend yet? Your fiance?
Yeah, we played Mario Kart.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. She don't play Splatoon? She don't play that?
She's on Stardew Valley, so he can't see her anymore.
She got
sucked up in the Stardew Valley. It's so good.
That's why I won't even touch it. I won't even start that game.
I don't blame you. Like,
what is it? Is it like
it's a farming game.
It's pretty much like yes, it's pretty much a farming game, but it also has adventure elements. So you can be a complete farmer, or you could just go and adventuring a lot, or you could just go and date people all day and break up with them and marry them and all. So it has all kinds of mechanics in it. It's pretty much like a Harvest Moon, but just way better.
Gotcha.
Like degrees better. So what was the next one? Nintendo knows fans want a way to back up Switch save data, but don't have an answer right now. Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Let me read this. Hold on. Let me read this. I'm just going to go straight to Reggie Fils-Aimé's little spiel here, and then we'll talk about this. So Reggie says, we're aware of the concern. Certainly, Nintendo is a consumer-oriented company, and we want to make our consumers happy. We're aware of the concern, and it's an area we're going to continue working on to make sure that we can alleviate some of those consumer fears of having a content-based issue. Because of the type of platform we have, it's something that is on the go as well as connected in the home environment. There are some added complications. It's not as simple as a piece of hardware that never moves and is always connected in an online environment. Before anybody jumps on this, your Wii U did it first. So what is your excuse now? Your Wii U could do it. Trash ass piece of shit game.
I'm convinced that they don't know how to do it because Nvidia built the Switch and not them.
Why wasn't no engineer there to at least direct the fact that they need to make sure that these things were in place? Because I don't understand how you just let somebody else build your shit and you didn't have anybody at least to kind of oversee a little bit of it. At least just be like, hey, make sure we can do some cloud saving and whatever else. Make sure there's a window for that in future updates or something.
The crazy thing is that DNA specializes in cloud. Functionality. They're so useless. Why didn't
it's freaking annoying because the Wii U did it. Like I literally could take a game from my actual Wii U and put it on a freaking save thumb drive and I'm fine. Now I got freaking Breath of the Wild save data on my fucking system and I can't move it over to a
Nope.
So if I lose that shit, and I swear to God, if I have another Xenoblade Chronicle X moment, I'm flipping shit.
Oh my God.
Because I lost that information somehow, but that doesn't matter now. But like when you want to go back at a later time and play your game and suddenly it's erased for whatever reason, you're gonna be mad.
Yeah. Like he's
saying, you can still switch it to other switches, right? Oops.
Yeah, but I can't switch it to a SD card.
Which is dumb.
Which is stupid. So I can put it on your Switch.
You know what I really think it is?
That's so stupid.
They're trying to prevent piracy.
Yeah.
Okay, but somebody already cracked it though.
In the article it says it's not as simple as a piece of hardware that never moves and it's always connected in an online environment. The thing with that is he's acting like the only type of storage is like an external hard drive. Like there's thumb drives, there's
all kinds
SDs. Those easily also go where you go. So that's why I think it's about piracy. You know how easy it is to like
and you know what's funny?
Game and play it on a Wii U for free. I've done it, by the way.
You know what's funny about this piracy stuff?
All you need is an SD card.
They always crack this piracy shit. Like they've been fighting piracy since the day.
You can't beat pirates.
You can't do it.
Yeah,
you just can't do it.
They always.
The more you try, the more they're gonna be up to the challenge of cracking.
Exactly.
Shit.
The harder you make it for them, the more interesting they are in doing it.
So the best thing for you to do is ignore the pirates because there's not as many out there as you would think. And even if they already proved that piracy doesn't tank your sales. So shut the.
And it's the same thing with Ubisoft. Like they use that de novo security.
Yeah, they cracked it in a day.
People are cracking that in a day now. Like South Park, Fractured Butthole, they cracked that game in a day.
In a day, I'm like, crazy. Dude, your shit don't work. Stop wasting time.
And yet they're still doing it.
You're wasting time, energy, and resources on piracy, and they crack it in a day. What is this trash?
Nuts.
What is this trash? Like, stop it. So I don't know, and I think it's also a stupid excuse. Like they could easily fix that. Like I don't know, whatever.
I think they could easily allow us to transfer our data to an SD card, but they don't want to because they don't want it to be like the PSP where everybody was hacking it. It's for free.
Well, I thought they already hacked the Wii or the Switch already.
They hacked it, but not to the point where you could like play like games yet. Like it's coming.
It doesn't matter. That's coming. So what is
it's coming eventually.
It's coming. I'll give Nintendo credit for their hacks take a little bit longer, but it happens. Every last one of them, every generation.
Like, even what they're saying, like what Reggie's saying, and this is why I don't like Reggie because he lies to your face.
Yeah,
because there's other devices like a cell phone, for example, which is a portable device which has internal memory and SD card memory, and you can transfer stuff in between internal and SD cards. So he's lying
on a whim too. It's not even
on a whim. You can do it whenever you want.
And the Wii U and 3DS lets you switch it on a whim. I don't.
That's why I don't like Reggie, and people just don't understand why I don't like him. The dude, all he does is lie.
He doesn't know what he's talking about a lot of the time.
Well, he's just the PR guy, and they give him, you know, his.
Well, he's a paid liar, but
yeah, they give him his lines, and he spills them out with no rhyme or reason, and it's just like I'm just reading this.
I refuse to believe someone in that high of a position is that ignorant.
Yeah.
To not know that you could do that, like, I refuse. I don't believe that.
Like, you keep saying, "Oh, we know you're concerned. We know you're concerned." Okay, well, thank you for noticing our concern, but can you just fix it?
He never says anything of substance. Like, of course, he's not gonna tell us like the whole truth, and I'm not expecting him to tell us the whole truth because there's some things that the board members talk about, and it's for them to talk about until they're ready to tell us. But there's some things, just the way that he says things is like, why would he say it the way? Like, why would he say it in that way? Like, it's not even about him lying because all PR
it's just the way you say it.
They say things without saying.
But the way he says it in assuming that you're an idiot. That's what I don't
believe. He gets called a lot all the time. See this? Oh, go ahead.
Here, go ahead, Real.
I was waiting for you to talk.
Oh no! I was about to say this is why I'd rather have Andrew House. Getting all up on
here we go.
Oh my God.
hey, when Andrew has when he about to leave,
we get it. But this is a conversation that happened a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I keep quiet. Whatever.
About keeping quiet. It's like
you ain't gotta keep it quiet.
This wasn't an argument, like a non-argument between two people.
This is on topic. This is on topic. That's why I said I'd rather have a person like Andrew House to be running Nintendo because he knows what we want.
But he's not running Nintendo, so now what?
No, that's why I'm saying a person like Andrew House.
I know you said like, but I'm telling you that he ain't. So now what?
I know.
I'm just being funny. He's so mad. He's so mad. Why are you always so mad?
No, go ahead.
We're talking about Reggie. We gotta stick with the fact that it's Reggie. Oh, he turns off his thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I hurt his feelings. Why did you let him do his little rants?
Go ahead,
Real. You
go ahead. We'll let you have the floor. Go ahead.
He wants to talk about Andrew House.
Dude, you better talk. You better speak the hell up. Go.
Hey, I'm good, man. Go ahead.
Unmute yourself.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know you're muted. You better calm down.
Hold on, I am good. Y'all calm down.
Let's speak up. Go.
Ganging up on me.
I literally just said go ahead. What are you talking about?
I just want to make this short and simple, like I did. I just jumped down my throat. I said a person like Andrew House knows the American market.
Yes, he does.
And Reggie Fils-Aimé, he's just habitual.
Reggie knows how to make pizzas.
Oh God. Yes, he does, Alex. He knows how to sell pieces, but
yeah, that's true. Maybe he doesn't know how to make them.
Well, he's been, caught a lot of times lying, and people still don't realize he's getting paid to lie.
Yeah, and exactly.
I've been called a Nintendo hater because I hate Reggie Fils-Aimé. It's not the point. Like, I see what's been going on this whole entire time, and he's just not a good person for the job. So whenever Kimishima became president of Japan, we found out he used to be the president of America. That's why I said, yes, he knows America. He knows he knows the American market. So this is why we getting. I'm not saying we getting a shitload. Well, it's a decent amount of third-party support, but it's slowly coming. But eventually, we're going to get full, full support.
Yeah,
because he knows the market. Like, he knows the American market. Like with Awada and Mamoto, they didn't know the American market like he did, and this is why we getting what we getting right now. And Andrew House, of course, Sony always wins.
Sony always wins.
So that's why I said I would rather have a person like Andrew House take over. I'm not saying he's going to take over.
I know. Okay, I see your point.
That's all I was saying.
Okay. You feel better now?
No.
No. Okay, well, that's too bad. We're gonna move on to the next topic then. Maybe you'll feel better about this one because this will be fun to talk about. So Reggie again is at it.
Reggie! Twice!
Reggie Fils-Aimé targets an extra Nintendo twist for the Switch Online. Please don't. Just this extra Nintendo twist shit. Just please stop.
I'm worried about this one.
I'm very worried. So I'm gonna read this real quick.
Very worried. All right. I got
so here we go.
Never mind. You got it.
Yeah.
Let Real recite his ode to Andrew House. I did.
Shut up. Oh well, they're behind. They're behind us.
Oh yeah, right.
So when FIFA 18 launched, it became a tough yardstick for the Switch in terms of online functionality. It was the most feature-rich on-the-go FIFA to date, but in comparison to PS4 and Xbox One versions, it lacked key online modes and options. For some, the inability to arrange online games against friends was a major issue, and finger-pointing went between EA and Nintendo. On the one hand, Nintendo's online setup for this system is still limited, but on the other, there are games where you can play with friends online, so it's evidently not impossible. There's, probable fault on both sides. In any case, the point of recalling that tale is a reminder that the Switch is still in its early days of online functionality, especially as Nintendo will eventually follow the lead of Sony and Microsoft in launching a paid service. The Nintendo Switch Online service will have a relatively low price point, but will be needed to play any game online. So we're going to bounce on down here to where Reggie Fume says some things that are really stupid and whatever. So this is Reggie. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it's going to look like. We'll share more. Of course you're not. Of course he doesn't.
He has no clue.
They don't keep him in. They don't keep him in the loop. They keep his ass in the dark. That's exactly what that sentence is saying. They don't keep me in the loop, so I don't know what's going on. But
let me say something real quick.
Right? But here's my line. We'll share more about that next year. But what I can tell you is that our vision is to have a robust online environment that not only provides the mechanism for you to have your multiplayer experiences and matchmaking, those elements are minimal. Our goal is to provide that extra Nintendo twist. And that's what, oh my God, please don't. And that's what makes our company historically so effective. You sure?
No.
We don't do things the same way everyone else does. Oh, that's apparent. We relish being different. Clear. We see the differences as an element that makes us more compelling to the consumer. And so having that differentiated experience is what we are focused on. And we'll unveil more next year as we're closer to the launch. Yeah, you do things differently, and it's both your saving grace and your freaking curse. So anyway, they go on to another. He spills some other stuff about 3DS, but we don't care about that. We're talking about online. So yeah, that's his thing. Who wants to tackle this?
Man. So when I read this a couple of days ago, I was like, okay, so he says that it's gonna be a robust online environment. Remember when he said that the phone app was gonna be robust?
What happened to that?
What happened to that? Oh, it's trash. I understand that was like the beta version, but like
it's still trash.
Garbage.
Maybe he doesn't know what robust means.
He don't know what it means.
Man. Maybe he doesn't know that word.
When I read this article a couple of days ago, all I could hear him say was, "We're gonna make online as non-user friendly and complicated as possible. But this time,
let's make online great again."
Because that's the Nintendo twist, to be different from the other guys. So we're gonna reinvent the fucking wheel that's already a fucking wheel.
Just like Alex said the other day, they're gonna make you shake the Joy-Con three times.
3 times. You gotta do a special. You gotta do a special
why not?
Or some crap. Hey man, do this 2-finger twist, slap your chest, and all this other crap and whatnot with your Joy-Con. Like Nintendo, all you have to do is literally, for once in your life, copy what the other guys are doing. Seriously. For once, just copy what they're doing. Do nothing else.
Copy what you've done. Like just make We Speak again and just make it to where you can use headphones. Like what is wrong with you?
Like there you go.
That's one thing that I hate
copy
about
yourself
Nintendo.
Or copy the other guys. One or the other.
Shit.
One thing that I hate about Nintendo is they'll have an idea and then they'll completely
abandon it. Yeah,
completely ditch it the next time around. Just okay, we're done with that idea.
Like I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go. No, I was done.
like on the Wii U, for example, they had Wii U chat. And a lot of people didn't really use Wii U chat because you can't use it and play games at the same time.
Right.
But if they would have found a way to make Wii U chat on, or put something like Wii U chat on the Switch and let you talk to people and play games, like they will be the only people that will let you video chat and play
games at the same time.
Like,
cool.
They would be the only ones to do that, but they decided to scrap it all together. Like, why?
Like, somebody in there could have simply been like, hey, man, we got this Wii U chat. Let's give it a new name, because obviously it ain't going to be on the Wii U. We're going to figure out how we can switch this thing up so you can actually play your games and have video. And give them the option to turn the video off if they just want to listen to their friend on the other end. I mean, simple.
It's not like they make things so
They
constantly... Yes.
Oh my god, it's just
and even on the Wii and the Wii U, like, even though it was more complicated on the Wii U than on the Wii, you could send messages to your friends. Like, it wasn't the best, but you could do it. Bring that to the Switch. Like, I hate when companies do that. If there's something that you had on your last system, it should be always on your new system.
Yeah, just keep it and just improve on it. Why do they always like turn shit off? It's like, oh, okay, scrap the whole damn thing. Why? It was a good idea.
They must get like bored and want to do something different. That's the only thing I can think of.
What I don't understand is why would you want to start from scratch if you got a whole new system you're coming out with and you have deadlines and stuff, and obviously there's deadlines. Keep the shit you already had, build on it, make it better, and go from there. So you don't have to start from scratch. Like, what the fudge?
It's crazy, man.
Oh, shit.
Annoying. Like, the freaking Wii U could do chat of sorts, and you couldn't take that.
And then on the Wii U, you could at least have like a username instead of a friend code. Like, why did that migrate over? Like,
why they didn't migrate over? You could take the base idea of what the Wii U had. There were some good things in the Wii U, yeah, sure, but the whole system itself overall garbage.
Yeah, nobody's a lot of ideas that could have been realized and made better on the Switch.
Yeah,
on the Switch,
definitely.
Yeah.
Like, they could have turned the Miiverse, instead of like having Miiverse on the Switch, make it like an activity feed. So like when I go to Alex's or Coupon or Real Gamer's profile, instead of saying approximately how long did they play the game, because we still ain't fixed yet, we could at least see, okay, well, Coupon posted these, she made these screenshots available for the public, so I can see all the screenshots she has in Stardew Valley. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she did something good, like she made a 30-second clip, I can see all of that when I click on her name. That could have been implemented easily. Why didn't they do that? Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm glad Miiverse is there, but I think that having an activity feed of some sort,
they still could have built upon the Miiverse.
Miiverse sucks ass, but they could have implemented just the activity feed. You know, like how Xbox has really good activity feed. It's like one of the few things they do correct. But like, it's really nice. You see your friends list on the left. You see, like, oh, if I just take a screenshot for this, for example, and post it on my wall, and then like everyone who's friends with me will see it.
Exactly.
That's cool. I'm like, I would imagine that stuff is coming later. I'm not.
No, I'm not.
It's like when the Wii U had it, like I would imagine it's coming,
online,
right?
And that's kind of like.
I have no faith in Nintendo when it comes down to features.
I just don't have any like this online. I don't know. It'll be bare bones. That's for damn sure.
You think so?
I don't think they'll get it right on the first try. I think they're gonna have some trial and error, and then eventually, with more feedback from the fan base, hopefully they get it right, and then it'll be worth paying for. But I just right now I just don't see them getting it right. Who knows? Maybe DNA has it all together. Maybe Nintendo ain't involved whatsoever, and they're just like, you do it, we're out.
Hopefully they look and see all of the people who are not using this stupid voice chat app, and they kind of get the hint.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of people not using it, which is a good thing. Nobody wants it.
Nobody's really using it. Like, there's a few people here and there trying it out.
It's just a bad idea.
It's just stupid. It's too cumbersome. I ain't got time for like 15
because like the Switch is like so cool because of how easy it is to use, and then like that just drags down the whole experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Real is mad quiet. Well,
he's on mute.
He's mad. He's raging in his house right now. Those motherfuckers won't let me talk about Andrew's house.
Anyway, so with the fact that this is stupid, we're gonna go into the other topic, because with this topic they talked about how FIFA 18 launched with a tough yardstick, and EA says it's still too early to judge demand for more games on Switch. The fuck?
Funny how that works.
Yeah. So
EA's how that works.
I just gonna laugh. So EA's company finance chief Black Jargonson has told the Wall Street Journal that it's too early to accurately judge the demand for the company's games on the Nintendo Switch. EA has released FIFA 18 on the console so far, one of its biggest franchises. Right, but reports suggest that the Switch version has account for very few sales in comparison to the PS4 and Xbox One editions. Duh.
Gee, I wonder why.
They play better on the other systems any fucking way. But anyway, Jorgensen says EA will wait a full market year until March, basically, before deciding on what other games it will bring to Nintendo's consoles, if it decides to bring any at all. He states that the company wants to fully understand what the demand is, or put microtransactions with that demand. Anyway, so this is what they say. So Electronic Arts is waiting.
They are the worst.
Very much so. They're so dumb.
They're just disgusting.
So I'm just going to read what they say real quick, and then we'll go ahead and rag on them. So Electronic Arts is waiting until Nintendo's new Switch has been on the market a full year before deciding whether to release more games for its best.
Oh my god, cool!
The company's finance team is so upset because they can't put any microtransactions on the games and stuff. And their online is like totally like, well, I mean, you know, Nintendo guys. We can't sell to you. Like, my god. Like, you guys.
You guys just don't buy our games, guys.
Like, you guys, like, that's all I hear from them.
Seriously,
like,
you guys.
Just buy our games, okay? And then when the online is there, we'll put the stuff. Like, honestly, I think what it is, and let's just be honest, like, it's the whole that EA wants to strictly go, you know, games for services. That's their motto. And with the ecosystem that Nintendo has, it makes it very hard for them to actually be able to implement that. And because they can't implement that, that's why they're not going to bring their games over. FIFA was a testing ground to see if they can implement the little microtransactions, and they found out it doesn't work that way.
That's very true. Because when you think
that's what I think.
When you think about it, as much as people like to crap on EA, they have a lot of games that actually would appeal to Nintendo people. Like, they have The Sims, they have freaking Unravel, they have Plants vs. Zombies. Like, if they really, really, really wanted to test the proving ground, like, they would have started with those games, I think.
Yeah, but they decided to start with a game, with like FIFA, and then at the same time, they didn't give you the full game anyway, and full game features and whatnots.
Yeah.
And stuff. So it's like, you know, I mean, what did you expect?
You know how many like Nintendo people would go crazy, or not even Nintendo people, Sims people especially, who would go crazy for a Sims on the go?
Right.
That would sell like crazy. They don't like money.
I don't know. Like money. Sims hasn't been the same since, but I mean, people still buy it.
People still rock with it though.
Right. Yeah. People still get it. So I don't know. What's up?
No, I just said they just don't like Nintendo. Period.
Like I think what Coupon said has a lot of weight to it though. Like the fact that Nintendo doesn't have the infrastructure that allows them to monetize consistently. That's a problem.
we heard the same thing with Activision and Destiny. Like, they were worried about the Switch because their game is it's an online only game.
Yeah.
And they don't have the confidence in Nintendo's network.
I mean, in that case, I actually kind of believe them, but I don't believe EA.
I mean, yeah, it's true. I mean, I understand that, but at the same time, let's not ignore the fact that they obviously want to, you know, dick us. At the same time, they want to put their games on the market. They know it's a ticket item. They want to put their games on there, but at the same time, if the online isn't going to be very beneficial, if the online isn't, you know, working and it's not to their liking, and it's not going to keep people connected on the way that they want people connected, then of course they're not going to put their game on there because they would just be losing money.
Yeah,
as opposed to making money.
Well, we're about to start paying some money. We're about to have a paid subscription service, so they better.
It doesn't matter if Nintendo's online is still but if Nintendo's online is still subpar and it's not going to help, you know, then they're not going to put those online games on here. And at the same time, and like I said, they want to make their money back by nickel and diming us through microtransactions and loot boxes. That's essentially what it is. Bottom line, I'm not stupid.
I'm done with EA anyway. I'm done. I played Destiny. I played Destiny too.
It's just annoying.
Yeah.
Destiny is Activision.
Yeah, Destiny is Activision. But don't worry,
Activision.
Don't worry. Don't worry. EA has their Destiny coming. It's called Anthem.
Well, they both got the same bad business practice. That's why I said it. So both of them kiss my ass.
But that brings us to another dickhead company.
They are the worst. This one.
Capcom,
here.
I'm getting tired of hearing about this. So Capcom explains their lackluster Switch support thus far. Let's see what they gotta say. Let's see what they gotta say. So we finally have an answer as to why Capcom support for the Switch has been rather lackluster so far. And this is what they had to say. A Capcom spokeswoman said that is normal procedure for third-party software developers because there isn't enough time to make new games for console within a year of its launch.
Is that right?
Before you even say anything. Is before anybody even says anything. So how can you explain to me how all these other developers managed to get some games on the system in this lackluster amount of time?
Didn't Capcom had like first dibs on the dev kits because they helped them with the system?
That's what they claim.
That's what they claim, but you say you didn't have enough time. You had
they claim they're the reason the Switch has 4 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, and you can't make me believe that they didn't send out dev kits to people in enough time to make games for the system. You can't make me believe that. These people had knowledge of the system long before it was still being called the NX when they got their fucking dev kits, okay? So you mean to tell me that you, of all people who supposedly helped them and had these dev kits, didn't have enough time, but other people did.
And remember that one year, I don't remember if it was the year they only showed Zelda or not. But remember that one year when they were supposedly showing the NX backstage to developers? You trying to tell me Capcom won't want
you weren't there?
Y'all know that Japanese developers rock heavy with each other. Like, you get out of here.
They were back there. We ain't stupid. You were there. You know you were there. And
like, get the hell out of here.
They were there. They were fucking there. Like, they're just salty because they realized they missed the boat. And ain't nobody hearing it. You missed the boat, Capcom.
They didn't even miss the boat. They still have time.
You still have time, but you technically right now literally watching the motherfucker take off and you won't run and jump onto you won't do nothing. You just, oh wow.
Wow. Let's go put our games that sell poorly on the Xbox. Let's keep doing that.
I mean,
like, what are they thinking?
I don't know. It's so stupid. It's dumb. These fucking companies.
Like I wouldn't even say anything if they weren't bragging about helping with the NX, with the Switch.
Exactly.
But they sat up there and was bragging about that, and now you're gonna sit up here and say that you didn't have time. You had more than enough time. You probably were the very first.
Right.
Yep, and they bragged about the Street Fighter 2 sales too. So
they were bragging so much about those sales.
But you didn't have enough time to put that on there, huh?
Ain't got time for that.
I don't know what to say about that.
I don't know. They're just very much contradicting themselves, and nobody wants to hear it.
Like they're just a trash company.
What about the Xbox One, the PS4 when they launched? Like people had time to put games in that system. Like what's their excuse? What's their excuse? I don't understand.
I don't know.
I don't even know. Because it's like this with every freaking system when it first comes out. It's either going to be pretty much a drought because people are still trying really hard to get the games on there, or it's going to be a lot of games coming because they were given a heads up.
Yeah.
On this time, Switch was given a heads up apparently. Because there's games left and right, indies, third parties, second parties.
That's the thing I don't understand. How are these little indie companies with like 10 people or 5 people on their team bringing out games on the Switch, and Capcom, who's been around almost as long as Nintendo, can't get games out?
And you got,
but they can make games like they can make Monster Hunter Generation or what the fuck the new one's called,
World or whatever.
Well, Monster Hunter World. They got time to make that for the Xbox, which isn't gonna sell.
Exactly.
Maybe they have faith in the Switch whenever we got first.
But you snub the fan base that made Monster Hunter what it is.
That's what I'm saying.
Not even that. They go even one step further. They make a 3DS port to the Switch and make it Japan only. Like, what the hell?
They just don't like money.
And they're the worst.
And even worse than that, even though it's Japan and you have region unlocked, you could have had subtitles at the very least in English so people could import it. At the very least.
At the least.
But you don't even do that.
They're the worst.
So, but we don't have time. We don't have time.
They got time to put shitty ass characters in Smash Brothers.
You got time to be putting these shitty ass characters in fucking Street Fighter 5 and freaking.
They got fucking time to put what the hell they
shit.
Exactly. They got time for that garbage.
You had time for that. Your Monster Hunter World, you got time for that. You got time to put that fucking what's her name bitch in there, huh?
Yeah, you got time to put Alloy in there.
You got time to throw her half.
You know, Sony didn't do that shit. That was them.
Right? You had time for that.
They got time for that nonsense.
Yep,
Sony and Microsoft been done for 4 years. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
They need to think twice whenever they break out another Smash Brothers game. Like, I like Ryu.
Seriously.
I like Ryu, but keep them out.
I'm telling you right now, get rid of Mega Man and Ryu. I'm sorry. I love them both. Trust and believe.
Get rid of them.
They've never seen better days with Nintendo on Smash Brothers, but get them. I got my amiibo. I'm good. Get them out. I got what I came for. Get them out.
Yep.
Anyway, we can talk about them all day. Let's go to a more.
Worst.
Let's go to our main topic of the day. So I'm gonna read a little excerpt here, and I know this is talking about it's talking about David Cage's defense against people's, I guess, queries on Detroit Become Human's domestic violence.
That shit was wild.
It was wild during the Paris Games Week.
Yeah, Paris Games Week. Yeah.
Sony had their little event, and yeah, I know this is Sony related, but it's also related to gaming in general and also Nintendo. So basically, his Detroit Become Human domestic violence kind of ruffled some feathers, and we're just gonna kind of read this real quick. So it's not just The Last of Us Part 2. Also, Last of Us Part 2 apparently ruffles some feathers as well. That ruffled feathers during the Paris Games Week 2017 press conference this week. Quantum Dream's latest game, Detroit Become Human, has also come in for criticism for depicting domestic violence. And I'm not going to read all that. I'm going to go down here to where he actually speaks. David Cage speaks on it. So it's very harrowing subject matter, and for many a step too far. But speaking with Eurogamer.net as part of a prickly interview, David Cage has defended his decision to depict this kind of violence. Would you ask this question to a film director or to a writer? He retorted upon the insinuation. This medium shouldn't condemn people trying to explore these aspects, as long as they're honest and sincere and have an honest attitude towards it. He continues, I don't think we should point our fingers and say you shouldn't do this because you're a game maker. This is who you are, so stay at your place. You're not a filmmaker, you're not a book writer, you're just a game maker, so shut up. No, I don't think that would be fair. Games are a medium like anything. It's more than a medium for me. I've been saying the same thing for 20 years. It's an art form, and an art form should be free to express different things.
However they want. Yeah.
Right. And he goes on to say, for 20 years, we play with control in a quite different way to people in the industry, because we work on what we call the sense of mimicry. It's about making you feel with your computer what your character feels on screen. He also goes on to say there's a context in the story. There's a reason for that. Where Kara comes from and where she's going to go. He concluded, what's important to me and what's important in Detroit is to say that a game is as legitimate as a film or a book or a play to explore any topic such as domestic abuse. So the main topic for today is essentially should games that target adults tackle controversial and or political thought-provoking topics such as domestic violence, rape, political contexts and things of that nature. And yeah, so that's essentially what this is coming from. So that's why I just brought up this topic, this little topic here. But do you agree with what he says? Like,
games is a medium for entertainment.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Okay, we'll start with Alex. Go ahead.
Sure, like what he's saying, it's not wrong. Like, making games is about telling stories, or there's games like Mario, which is not, but like there are a lot of games out there which is about telling a story, and they make adult-themed games, so I don't see what the problem is. These games aren't for children.
Exactly.
Right.
This is not like I'm playing Mario, then all of a sudden Peach gets naked and starts fucking a Toad. That's not happening. Like,
this guy.
But, like, I don't understand what the problem is. It's just, like, babies being babies, crying about everything. You don't like it, don't play the fucking game.
Yeah.
I don't know. confusing. Go ahead, Nia. You have anything to say about it?
I have my personal thoughts about David Cage. I think he like wants to be a film director, but he can't make it.
He can't make it there.
He can't make it. No, he's stuck.
That's what I was about to say.
All I'm saying is, as long as I get some good games.
Yeah, but aside from my personal feelings about David Cage, I do think that he has a valid opinion. Like he was saying in his interview, there's this stigma that if you make games, then they have to be mindless fun. You can't really attack certain issues and certain topics. And I think that like he said, like any other art form, gaming is an art form. And if these developers and these game makers want to use that as a way to express or talk about certain topics, they should be allowed to. And the way that I look at it is like this. A lot of people say, oh, everything is so political now. Everything is so political now. And I will say everything has always been political. Like, even when you go back, like I'll use comics as an example. Me and Coupon, we read comics here and there and stuff like that. In the freaking 30s, Superman and the Captain America were punching Nazis. Like, was that political?
Like,
yes, it was. But it's always been a thing. Like, even before... like popular culture and stuff like that. Right. Like, this is stuff that has been going on forever, and it's going to continue to happen because as long as people exist, as long as certain things exist, then these are things that people are going to talk about. Period. Point.
Exactly.
Point blank. Period.
And I think that it is a little bit disingenuous for people.
What are some of the complaints that are people saying?
They don't have
that
any.
It's too much for games. Basically, games shouldn't be attacking these type of issues because the games are supposed to be, I guess, fun.
So
but it's okay for movies to do it.
So here's what the thing that I got, because they were attacking him and they were attacking Last of Us because of how brutal the scenes were in there. Yeah. So basically, they were saying that because there was no in the beginning of it, they didn't have a rating, so to speak. But it said in the beginning, violence and all that stuff. In the beginning of the thing, it said, beware violence, blah blah blah, and then it went into the trailer. Same thing with Detroit, but because there's no ESRB on this yet. The games aren't out yet. They don't have an ESRB. So I guess basically the problem is should games tackle these situations and issues? And I'm like, but they've been doing that for years now. It's just that now that gaming is more mainstream, people are seeing them more, and there's more game developers who are taking on these themes. And if you consider yourself a mature gamer or an adult or something, this shouldn't be a fucking new thing to you. Exactly. And it shouldn't bother you because you watch this stuff on TV. You read it in a book. You go to a play. So why is it any
That's what I don't understand.
Like that's why. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead. No, it's your turn, Ralph.
No, that's why movies, television shows, gaming always have a rating system. The rating system came out since Night Trap and Mortal Kombat. Yeah. That's when a lot of mothers really got pissed off around that time because my mom, she was one of them. But yeah, that's the reason why they put that on these covers on the game covers, because it's warning the parents that, hey man, like your child needs to be this certain age to play this, and mostly why is a big issue with that. Like Hollywood does that mess all the time. They promote rape and all that. Have you ever seen have you ever seen that movie Spit on Your Grave?
Mm-mm.
No.
Man, it is so brutal, and I kind of see why they kept it out of theaters, but you can rent it, whatever. It's really good, but they promote rape on that movie all the time, and she came back and killed them all brutally. Like, she tortured them. So there's a whole bunch of movies like that, but it's always have a rating system on these movies. So with video games, yes, like I said, becoming mainstream, like it shouldn't be no issue if it's like 17 plus. Then okay, if you mature enough to play it, then so be it.
Is there concern just because they didn't say it was an adult theme before the trailer started? Is that the problem?
Mostly the problem is because there wasn't a rating. And like I said, the game isn't even out yet, so they don't have any ESRB rating yet. But in the beginning of the trailer, it says, violence and all that. It tells you discretion. It tells you your discretion advised in the beginning of the trailer. And then it goes into the trailer. And I'm like, how did y'all miss that?
Well, there you go.
What is the problem?
That's the one.
I don't know.
I think what it really all boils down to is like, no offense to Mario Odyssey, because it's a great game, but people want every game to be like Mario, where you just go and you just have fun and it's
mindless fun and
it's like like people aren't. gaming is such a new-ish platform that people
for the mainstream
for the most part really don't take it that serious, if you want to be 100% with you.
Yeah.
Right.
So when they see games doing stuff like that, they're like, oh, just be fun, just be, whatever. Like, they don't want you to tackle these serious things because they feel like, oh, it's a game. It's just supposed to be fun. It's just supposed to be something that you interact with for a little bit and then, put it down.
Yeah. So I just wanted to throw in for a quick second. So there was a time when music would get attacked for being too, violent in the, in the words and the in the lyrics and stuff like that. People, were talking about how it's satanic, rock was satanic and all this other stuff. You had times like that. You had times where plays, when they tackled certain issues and stuff, people would attack that, because it's too controversial, it's too this, too that. You had times when books were, hell, remember a freaking Harry Potter? People were calling it a freaking satanic and witchcraft and all this other stuff when it came out. And look at it now. It's very fucking popular now. People accepted it because J.K. Rowling was like, "Fuck you. This is what the hell I want to write." She was writing this damn book on. Yeah, she was writing this book on a damn napkin. Let me tell you. So she didn't give no fucks. Sorry about my language, but she just didn't care. But and then you have movies and TV shows who also went through the same thing. And now it's time to attack video games. They shouldn't be controversial. They shouldn't have this. They shouldn't have that. I'm sorry. I'm going to throw something out there, and it's a little personal, but I've been through a domestic violence situation, and I am glad that this game actually follows that, because some people need to be made aware of how serious domestic violence is. And I like the fact that games are starting to tackle very serious, thought-provoking subjects. I don't have a problem with it. Give me a warning, sure, and I'll caution myself. Me personally, I'm a baby when it comes to horror and gore and certain type of horror games and stuff. Can't play those games. I scare too easily. But give me a thriller, give me something thought provoking and serious and political and all that good stuff. I don't have a problem with it. If I don't want to play something, I don't play it. If I don't want to watch something, I won't watch it. And if I don't want to read, I won't read, listen, all that stuff. I have the right to choose what the frick I want to play, listen to, do, and all that stuff. I dictate what I want to do with my life. And I don't think it should be any different for anyone else. Let them dictate their own lives. Give them warnings. Hey, this stuff might be a sensitive topic. You might not like it. And give them the choice to be like, you know what? Screw this, I'm out. But I do really enjoy the fact that he is tackling something like this. And I totally forgot he was the guy that made all those other freaking games and stuff that I actually played of his. With all that craziness in it. So I don't know what people's problems are. They're just being babies, in my opinion. But then again, I don't want to, belittle people who do have concerns like that.
Yeah, because there are some people that might have gone through something like that, and it, it triggers a response or something.
It triggers a response and stuff. And like I said, I've already had my situations with some of these types of things in real life. And sure, it will trigger stuff in some people. And it's a very serious thing to tread on. So you want to tread lightly, definitely. But the fact that he is saying that, he said it himself, you want to make sure you're careful in the way that you present the topic, and that you're not belittling the topic. And that trailer was really good.
That's exactly right.
It was really good, because when I watched it, I was like, oh my God, what happened? And then they said, but it could be different. And then it goes into all the different choices you can pick up, and you could choose and all that stuff. So I was like, cool. So the game, it's based around your choices. So be mindful of that when it does come out, if you decide to play. There are 3 different characters. So hers is just one of the stories, and then you got 2 other characters, and they all interact at some point. So
on a personal level, these type of games really don't interest me. It has nothing to do with the story. It's just like, I can't do the whole walking point and click type of
point and click boring ass games.
That's really not my thing, but I do understand that there is a market for that. So why can't we have games like Mario and games like Detroit? Like, I don't see the problem with that.
Right.
And games like The Last of Us.
So anybody else have anything, or we'll go into questions?
It's got a good story.
All right, we can go into questions.
I'm putting it down. I'm putting them down in the chat. You can pick and choose which.
Okay. So, I see. I see what you're doing. Oh, okay, this is clever. It's clever. So, Do you think Nintendo will make a sequel to Captain Toad in 2018? That's Dave.
I hope so.
Says. I want one. I mean, he's in Mario Odyssey, right?
He's all over the place. You gotta find him in this world.
Okay, then we're gonna see him.
I would love if they made a sequel to Captain Toad. To be honest,
yeah,
hell yeah,
we're gonna see him. We're gonna have to catch. We're gonna have to get some more moons from him.
Yeah.
So,
you know what? Better yet, they could always make a little DLC pack. You know, about Captain Toad. I would rather they just make a game though. And just give us
I would like to see another one. I would like to see another one. Because it was really cute. It was really cute and clever. I wasn't sure how I was going to receive it at first, but once I actually started playing it.
I loved it. It was a nice little game.
Nice.
They played it smart too by not charging $60 for it.
Yeah,
that's for damn sure. So
like I was on board with little like budget games like that, and then they just stopped.
They just stopped doing it. I guess they don't sell well enough.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, so let's see. So another question by David is
23.
What is it? Yeah, Devandit 23 is, why do you think gamers tie their maturity level to the art style of games? Is it just
because they're immature?
Pretty much. It's people who claim to be mature based on the art style of a game is actually immature because you don't have to say you're mature. You
they're
just
the
are.
least mature. Yeah,
you don't. You don't have to say you're mature. You're just mature, and you play your games and you go about your business. People screaming that they're mature and they don't play this because of this and that and whatever. Those are the immature players.
Those people have like legit mental problems.
They have legit.
If they believe stuff like that, that's fucking crazy.
I can't play this game because this, or because it doesn't look like that, or because it's for kids. And it's like, dude, if you're a gamer, you already are a kid. You're a kid at heart.
Yeah.
So why does it matter?
Before Mario came out, I said, if a certain game that comes out in a couple of days makes you feel some type of way, I want you to know it's you and not the game.
It's just essentially that. It's just the same thing with guy gamers who swear up and down I can't play a game if it has a female protagonist and all. It's just people are just immature. They're immature. They're not mature at all. They're very immature and they're stupid.
I feel like I have a dick every time I play a freaking male
game with a guy, and I had no.
You don't let it hang when you play Uncharted.
I low key do though. I low key.
I do. Like, come on, can you imagine female gamers constantly being mad because you have to play a male protagonist? I would never be a gamer.
Exactly. Which does happen, by the way.
Because there's nothing but because there's never hardly a female gamer. Now there is, but like back in the day,
there is. It's a lot more now.
Back in the day, it was just male. And when I saw a female character, or I could make a female character, I was always squealing like, "Yay!" But like, if I was that type of gamer, then I would never play games. So there's that.
A lot of questions coming today. Holy crap!
We only got room for so many.
Hey, you guys aren't allowed to ask questions in here. You guys know the rule. Just talk about Xbox.
I'm surprised
they're actually asking questions. Like, I'm finding myself copying and pasting a lot of these questions. Like, holy crap!
How dare you guys? How dare you not talk about Xbox?
So Matthew, since you asked the same kind of question, we pretty much answered that. So I'm gonna skip that one. Let's see. All right, so Mohammed asks, what Mario Odyssey characters do you think or want to appear in a future spin-off? Pauline, Cappy, Trex in Smash, or Mario Kart? So who would you like to see?
I want Pauline in Mario Kart.
I would love to see her.
Pauline is amazing.
I don't know why why Mario left Pauline. She way better than Peach.
Right?
Let's talk about
and she don't get kidnapped.
And she a mayor.
Well, to be fair, she did get kidnapped by Donkey Kong.
She did get kidnapped by Donkey Kong.
She was the original kidnapper.
But ever since then, she got her life together. She became a mayor.
Right? She was like, I ain't about this kidnapping life. So she
Pauline's a renowned singer, a mayor. She's actually taller than Peach, has a bigger ass. She's better looking than Peach. Like, she's just better in everything.
She's better than Peach in every way.
Except getting kidnapped. Peach has got that down.
Right. Like, that's just her moniker.
Peach is amazing at getting kidnapped. She's so good at it.
I wish they would just make Super Princess Peach again and call it a fucking day.
They should. They should make another one to that. I don't know why they wouldn't.
So, what do you think of Super Mario Odyssey as the highest ranked game of all time according to gaming ranks?
Well deserved. This game is the best game I've ever played.
It's the best Mario game I've ever played.
No, the best game, period.
I mean, to you, but to me, it's the best Mario game.
Oh, no,
I have no say. I haven't played.
Yeah, real. We know Sonic Forces. Blah blah blah.
See, there you go. Trying to start that mess. No. I still say Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I'm with real. I'm a Zelda.
Breath of the
Wild has too many problems.
I'm a Zelda.
Hold on. First of all, you was talking all. Never mind.
It was the best till this came out.
Next question.
We talk about that tomorrow. All right.
Next question.
We can talk about it right now if you want.
No. You gonna piss off Cooper.
We can go through all the problems with Breath of the Wild if you feel like it.
I'm rolling.
Right, we trying to keep it rolling. We about to hit
this is an hour-long podcast. We don't do 2 hours plus.
Well, we almost on the 2 hour mark, but we're almost done. So, do you think? It was an hour and a half.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you think the Switch will reach 17 million consoles sold by March 2018?
Yes.
2018?
Mm-hmm.
17 million?
17 million by March 2018.
Very specific number.
Okay, listen. Because the Switch is at what, like 7.8 million
it's pretty much at 8 at this point.
Right.
So I'm gonna say by March 13.
If they could get another 8 million by then.
Depends on the stock.
If they have the stock, I could see about 10.
So they need to double their sales by March.
It depends on the holidays.
The holiday season's probably going to bring in another 3 to 4.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. If they have 5-6 million,
I mean, they got that Mario bundle. That's going to sell, fam.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I think it's safe to say it's going to outdo total sales within a year.
Yeah, it's possible.
So like around 14 million. I think 14 million is totally doable.
Yeah.
So basically, this Nintendo Switch first year outdoes the Wii U's whole entire life cycle. So it's possible.
That's what I'm saying.
They can reach 17 million. Yes, they can.
17? I don't know. I think 17.
I think 17's a lot, man.
I think
in
17
1 year
is more like close to 2 years.
How many did the PS4 do in its first year? 20 million, right?
Yeah, it was a lot.
I'm pretty sure it was 20. And they're like almost on par with the PS4 like month to date.
I don't know. I'm just gonna watch and see because I can't even make a guess.
I'm gonna say 10.
All I'm saying is as long as they stay ahead of the freaking.
I'm gonna say 14. It's gonna beat the Wii U. I don't know about 17. 17's a lot.
I'll go with that one. Maybe 14. If it goes.
If they could do 17, that'd be amazing.
That'd be great.
That'd be really cool.
I'll say that's great if they do. Okay, this is the weirdest question ever. Jerry Toden, what do you think of NBC News claiming gamers in Discord are responsible for neo-Nazi and the election of Donald Trump? That's garbage.
I saw that.
How are gamers responsible for that?
That's just NBC News needing some fucking news to talk about. Like these freaking TV news companies, shows, whatever they don't have nothing to talk about, so they have to talk about something.
Yeah,
fake news. I don't know.
That's some fake news shit, man.
It's always fake news.
Everything has news today is no longer you gotta take news.
Right now they're blaming gamers for Donald Trump being in charge.
First of all, we were playing fucking whatever the fuck was out at the time, and we didn't, and none of us gave two shits about a Trump or a Donald.
Right?
So
what the hell?
That's crazy.
There's that, and I'm pretty sure a good portion of gamers don't even vote for the most part because they know this world is fucked up.
I'm pretty sure a lot of Americans didn't vote, which is why you have him in charge right now.
Whatever.
People did it.
Shit. It's whatever.
The only people that went out and voted were racist.
Pretty much. Gross, but hey, you get what you want, and he ain't even fucking with y'all.
Yeah, he honey dicked all of you racist people.
So you get what you wanted. You don't get.
You ain't getting that wall.
So you paying for it if you're getting it.
You're paying for a portion of a wall, but that's about it.
It'll be a wall, and then the other side of the wall, you just walk around it like, oh, this is a nice wall. It's real pretty.
All I know is I will not visit your guys' country until he's.
I don't blame you. I do not blame you.
That's all I know.
Alex, you're a little too brown, fam. Stay where you at for the next
40 years. I can't do it. It's too dangerous.
Yeah, you got a little bit of a tan on you. You come over here, people get to throwing stuff and slinging at you. Stay over there. Stay over there. They are mistaken for the wrong thing.
He ain't even gotta be black. Just the fact that he's tan.
He got some kind of tan.
well, he's Indian, so people think he's Muslim. So you know how Trump feels.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He's a Muslim. Like, dude, no, not even close. But okay, thanks. Yeah. So next question. Ruby Sakurai asked, what kind of new games do you guys expect Nintendo to reveal next year for the Switch?
Like new
games? Brand new games?
Like what kind? Yeah, what kind of? What kind of new games they announced? Because they've already announced quite a few.
We know Pokemon's on the way. We know Metroid's on the way. We know Yoshi. We know Kirby.
Maybe the Pikmin 4.
Yeah, they gotta show Pikmin at some point.
Maybe Pikmin 4.
Maybe Pikmin. We'll probably get our Smash Brothers announcement by then.
We know we're getting Fire Emblem too.
Yeah, Fire Emblem. I think we'll see Smash in 2018.
Yeah, I think it's a 2018 one because you already got ARMS for 2017, so they'll move Smash to next year.
Yeah,
they'll probably
like to see
who.
I want to see a new Donkey Kong.
No,
I'm pretty sure that's
there's a rumor that Donkey Kong's being made.
Yeah,
I also want to see Punch Out, which I don't know if that's really coming, but
I would love to see another Punch Out, but I just don't. I don't know.
Nintendo gave up on that series.
You think?
I mean, they brought them in Smash.
How well did the one on the Wii sell?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know, but they brought it back, and it did fairly well when they did bring it back to like the eShop. It did fairly well. People did pick it up.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, because they wanted. I think they were gauging to see if they were going to make one, and I think they were going to do it for the Wii U, but they might have put it to the Switch, obviously. So we might see one. We might, but you know.
What I really want though is for Retro to show us their new IP because we know they have new IP.
I just want to know what that is.
You know what? I give up on them.
I'm kind of with Randall at this point. You fuck these guys. We've been waiting 4 years. They still haven't shown
the whole Wii U generation.
Those dudes are bums.
I'm kind of the mind where I'm not waiting on them. It's like when they decide to say what the hell they got, then great. But otherwise, I don't care.
I think the reason why we feel like that is because we are good on games right now.
Yeah,
during the Wii U generation when it was like mad drops, we're like, dang, what are they working on? But
now it's like you got games galore, so it's like whatever, man. Show us when you're ready.
Whatever. When it comes out, it comes out.
Yeah. just don't bring it out during a whole slew of other games.
Whatever they're doing though, I hope it's like an RPG or like some kind of action adventure game.
We got a lot of RPGs.
Yeah, what is it? Like what would you want them to bring? Like what kind of genre?
I want an action
adventure.
I want something like Uncharted.
I want an action adventure game that's not Zelda.
Yeah, I want something like Uncharted. Something like that would be cool.
Star Tropics?
I want Mario with a gun.
No.
we already have Mario with a gun. Rabbit.
I want Mario with a gun. One more time.
Hey, I just distinctly remember that someone said I can't play Mario unless he has a gun. He has one. Where you at? But anyway, next question. This is gonna be our last question. We're gonna close things out.
This is the game where Mario has a backwards cap. Mario Kingdom is the one where he has a gun. So they didn't combine it. That's the problem.
So let me go. He gonna turn his gun sideways as well, too.
Yeah, you gotta have the gun sideways.
The look on my face says it all. I'm just like, really right now.
Don't get these Xbox so excited.
I'm gonna need y'all to chill. So anyway, piggyback on the last question. Which IPs are the most likely to? Okay, well, never mind. That's the same thing. We just said that. So anyway,
Did we get this one already?
Oh, so they want to know Breath of the Wild versus Odyssey. Which one's better?
Oh, Odyssey, without question.
Breath of the Wild.
I haven't played it yet, so I don't have a vote yet.
No, they're both great games.
Yeah, they're both great.
I just haven't played Mario yet, so I can't.
They're both great, and they're both. I feel like they're both the best in their series. That's how I feel.
Genres.
Yeah.
No, it's genre series.
Yeah. As Zelda,
Mario.
Breath of the Wild is great for Breath of the Wild. Yeah,
Breath of the Wild is the best Zelda.
Yeah,
that's Zelda.
That's why I say I don't know what Nintendo's gonna do for year 2. Like you cannot top.
You can't
the best
top
Mario and the best Zelda. How do you top that?
I don't care what they bring out; they're not topping that. But they don't really have to.
But see, and then that's the thing. What they could do with Breath of the Wild is build on it. And quite frankly, if I would love to see a freaking. I don't know. That's just me. I just would love to see a bunch of little Links running around. on an online service, but that's just me. It would be funny, but like, I honestly, I wouldn't want that. But
what about Wind Waker? Wind Waker 2. I would.
What about Wind Waker?
Oh, you said you would like to see a Wind Waker 2.
I would love that.
No.
What?
No, I'm not trying to knock you, but the reason I say no is because that means they have to go back to the mechanic they just got rid of.
They have to keep it the way they have.
True.
They need to keep it open world the way it is now.
Wasn't
I can't go back.
Kind of
no, not at all. It's not.
Are you talking about the art style? We're talking about the gameplay.
They would have to scrap
this damn graphics whore. Always talking about graphics.
No, I'm not no graphics.
They would have to scrap the actual game mechanics that they implemented in Breath of the Wild to make a.
Because now all the older Zeldas seem dated.
I'm not going back to that.
I was still like the dungeons. That's the only thing I didn't like about it. I still like the dungeons.
Yeah, they
can add the dungeons.
They can add those. There's no way.
I would have preferred more dungeons and less shrines.
Yeah,
I feel the shrines are shit.
I like things that they could have gotten rid of those motion control shrines for sure.
Oh, those were the worst.
Those were stupid.
One thing,
and they could actually have a better boss this time. Like,
sorry.
One thing that I will say for the next Zelda though. I like the way they did the Divine Beast because you can actually interact.
Cool.
Like you can interact with the rooms and the way that the rooms look. So if they could find a way to incorporate that, but have like actual dungeons, that would be lit.
Yeah, that would be lit.
If they just had more Divine Beasts, it would have been fine.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. They have, like they can incorporate the Divine Beast with the
Divine Beasts were fun.
dungeon.
Yeah,
like you do a dungeon first, and then you get into the Divine Beast section, and that lets you know that you're getting close to fighting the actual whatever the fudge or something like that. But like you have to go through the dungeon first to get to that section. Or something like that, or just implement it all together. There's some way that they can implement that, but for the fact of them making a part 2 of any other Zelda game, no, because I cannot go back to that mechanic at all. I refuse. It's dead on arrival to me if they do. So
yeah, they can't go back to the.
They cannot go back. That's the only reason I say no to that. Otherwise, if Breath of the Wild wasn't a thing, I would say yeah. I wouldn't mind a Wind Waker 2. That would be awesome. But because of the mechanics, I have to say absolutely no. I will not go back.
I can't do that again.
I can't
do it. I cannot go back after being able to climb damn near any and everything in the freaking field. Yeah. And when I see
that's why I have so much trouble playing open world.
That's why I can't play in open worlds half the time these days. Like Stardew Valley is actually a good one though.
Zelda killed Horizon for me. I couldn't enjoy it at all.
Yeah, Zelda pretty much killed open world games for me.
It's like open world games now. It's like all I'm going to be thinking is, what can I do? Exactly. What am I not allowed to do? Is basically what I'm going to be thinking. And then once I get to that wall, that invisible wall that they basically put you in, and once I realize I'm in a linear platforming, open world game, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I can't do this because I want to be able to. When you say open world, it means you should be able to go wherever the fuck you want to go. Like if I want to go over there, let me go over there, and I shouldn't be hindered because I have to go get a key to open this, to do that for this weapon, so I can get over there. No, just let me go. And if I don't have the means to get over there, you can make that. Then I'll die over and over and over again. And then maybe I'll go somewhere else to get certain things to level up and get better. And then I can go back over there. But don't hinder me from going over there to get my ass whooped. I want to go over there and get my butt whooped.
You know?
Because I went to a lot of places like that. Like Breath of the Wild, that's what I did. I got my ass handed to me left and right because I was going places I probably shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
I froze myself to death.
Let me ask y'all this though, because I know we finna close, but let me ask y'all this though, real quick. So there are some people out there that actually don't like how open Zelda is. They don't like how your only mission is go.
Okay.
Do you?
Because they're used to being handheld.
Yes, but do you think that in the next Zelda that they should give you some kind of
the story should have more impact on that game. Otherwise, it shouldn't be there at all.
Yeah.
Because I feel the worst part about Breath of the Wild is how fucking shitty Ganon is.
But here's the thing.
Worthless he is as a villain.
But here's the thing with that, though. I understand the story in Breath of the Wild was not that great. But because the story was not that great, it allowed for that openness because there wasn't you have to go to such and such place to trigger certain events that happens to continue the story. You know what I'm saying? Like in Breath of the Wild, it was just go get Ganon and literally that was it. But in a game like an open world game, saying like
Witcher, they always
have
a story.
The story creates a little bit more of a linear path because you have to trigger the events in order for the story to go in chronological order in order to make sense. So that's kind of where I'm coming from on that angle.
So for
should
that,
the next Zelda do that? Because I personally like just go. Personally,
I just want the story. See, my thing is like I think they can have like a happy medium of where you can still have a good story, but it isn't going to interfere with where you go. So like how they did with the memories and stuff was interesting, and it was a novel idea. But like I like the fact that I could go anywhere and everywhere and only trigger the story once I got to that area to trigger it. But what I would like for them to do is basically don't do the memories thing, but maybe make it to where like if you happen to stumble across that area that requires you to like trigger something for the story to go along, like say I'm exploring and there's things going on and I'm trying to figure stuff out, and I go into this house or I go into this area or something, and then suddenly there's a cutscene and I'm like, oh, what did I trigger? And it basically is telling you a story. It's letting you know what's going on, and it tells you where you could go next, but you decide you don't want to go there and you go somewhere else. You somehow accidentally trigger another portion of the story, and it's like I kind of want the story to be like a puzzle in a sort. If that makes sense.
The thing with the way that they did it in Zelda is like it didn't matter which memory you triggered first because it all made sense when it all made sense
when it was that's how I like that concept, but I would like for them not to do it as a memory, but like maybe like a puzzle of sorts. So you're trying to trigger the story and get more of the story in the same form and fashion, but give us more story, maybe not instead of like just bits and pieces of links, because I understand how they did it and it made sense for what it was. But let's say there's a bigger story, like let's just take Wind Waker first, for instance. You have your big story. We know how it goes and everything. But let's just say he was just exploring. He went to go see his sister. And then he goes to the little, the area or something. His sister's like, I wish I could get such and such from the forest or something. And you're like, okay, well, I'll go to the forest and get this whatever the frick for you. And it triggers something. And then you see your sister get kidnapped and all that other stuff. And obviously you need to go on the ship.
Yeah.
To go and save her, but what if you don't want to? What if you want to go somewhere else? You get on the ship and you go somewhere else, and somehow you trigger a different, cutscene or story, and it's telling you something. You're like, wait, what's going on? It's more of a puzzle.
Yeah, so you basically want it to be more like in depth instead of like a snippet of something.
Just give me some more, but still keep it to where I can still do what I want to do, how I want to do it. But once I trigger the cutscene or trigger the story itself, it gives you a little information and a little insight into what's going on. And then once you finally piece all that together and you realize, oh crap, that's what's going on. And obviously you're going to have like a little, something in your inventory that kind of shows you what's going on with the story, to keep up with the story. I think it would be better that way.
Real, as a big Zelda fan, what do you think, man?
Well, like what Ruth Sakura said in the chat a while ago, that's what I was trying to say. Like it could be the Breath of the Wild formula, but with the Toon Link art style, basically what I'm saying. Because I love that Wind Waker. I think it's an underrated series. It didn't sell as well on the GameCube as I like for it to sell. That's probably why they brought it back on the Wii U. But overall, it's like one of the best Zelda games of all time. If you actually play the damn thing. Oh, I thought somebody said something. But like the Zelda, like the Breath of the Wild, like it has flaws, man. I'm not gonna lie about that. Like, well, of course, we can talk about the frame rates. We can talk about the last boss battle again, and it was kind of lackluster. We can all agree with that. The memories was a pain in the ass to find, and I was really grinding to find those memories. But overall, like, with all the flaws that it had, it's like, yes, y'all right. I don't want to go back to the old form because the new form is really great and Nintendo can really build upon that. But when I say build upon that, they don't have to use this same exact art style that they're using right now. I love the Toon Link. I'm pretty sure a lot of people.
I don't care what art style they use. It's not the art style. It's just like the gameplay itself.
I agree with y'all. Shit, I would love if they remember that demo from the Wii U. I would love that art style, in which we've been crying about, especially the graphics, of course. But no.
Yeah, let me ask you this though,
because I love everything they did.
Yeah, let me ask you this though, because me and Coupon were just talking about this. Like, we was talking about like some people didn't actually like the fact that Breath of the Wild was like so open. They kind of wish that it was more like a linear path. Like,
had a more linear path.
What do you think? Like, how do you think they should do the next Zelda?
Did you want them to hold your hand a little bit to kind of guide you through the story, or did you like the fact that you could kind of figure out the story on your own?
Well, it's like this. If you are not into RPGs like we are, then they might need a mode for people that don't have that much experience. Because
what about you though?
Yeah. But me, no, I don't want them to hold my hand because I can figure it out. Might take me a while.
They should have an assist mode in the next Zelda.
Just to help other people out.
Yeah, help other people out. I don't mind as long as it's an option, but like I say, I don't want to go back to the old formula. Like, I love this new formula. They just need to build up on it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. New formula is fine, but they still need to improve they need to improve the dungeons. They need to improve Ganon. They need to improve the general story. Because the openness is cool, and I like that. You can do whatever you want, but then the story itself is pointless. Because the stuff you do in the game is pointless. Because all you really need to do is get Ganon.
Yeah.
And the whole point of the game is to get Ganon, and when you fight him, it's so anticlimactic.
Yeah, true.
He's they hype him up to be this ultimate monster thing, and all he ever does is float around the castle. Yeah. You don't interact with him at all through your entire journey. Until you go to the castle fight. That's really stupid.
That was a missed opportunity. There should have been some times where he like goaded you through the Blythe.
Every time you fight the Blythe Ganons, he should talk to you, something like that.
Talk to you, say something, or whenever there's a blood moon that pops up. Obviously, right after the blood moon, you get all these entities that come back. He could come in and be like, talking crap to you or something, or goading you on, or hindering your progress. Somewhere along the lines.
He's not there enough.
He's just not there. As soon as you get to the castle, he's still not really there until you get into the chamber.
Like, the other bosses were shit too. Like, all the bosses inside the Divine Beast bosses were all terrible.
They were too samey.
Yeah.
The only one they
I didn't like it because usually Zelda bosses are really memorable.
Was the Thunder Blight. That's the only one I liked.
And that's only because he was the only hard one. The other ones were so easy, but he looked just like the others.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's like, why?
Zelda bosses are normally very memorable. This game, they were all useless and terrible.
Yeah, very forgettable. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and close on that note. Hitting 2 hours. We did a good job today, you guys. Had fun. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and let Real go ahead and do his outro and let us know where we can find you and all that good stuff. Go ahead, Real.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy RealGaming27. I appreciate y'all letting me on the Team Red Talks Nintendo podcast tonight. And y'all make sure y'all check me out on my channel, RealGaming27. Check me out at Twitter as well at RealGaming27. We do the Real Talk with the Real Gamer podcast every Thursday night between 6 to 8 Central Time. So y'all make sure y'all catch us tomorrow. Yes, we're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow, and I will cuss Alex out. So I'm gonna say, so thank y'all for
I don't know what I did.
Y'all have
what happened?
They'll be taking whatever they're arguing.
I think it's very I think it's a perfect thing that I'm standing on South Pile Isle right now.
Man, I've been holding in Alex. Tomorrow.
For the Crumbcast.
Go ahead, Alex. Let us know where we can find you, where you're at.
All right. What's going on, people? Thanks for dropping by for another episode of Team Red Talks Nintendo. This was a fun episode. We had a lot of good topics today, and we had a special guest, King Sega himself, talking about Nintendo. A lot of fun.
I can't wait to
But yeah, on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. It's Active Sin Gaming. Let me find it here real quick. You can see. Yeah, give me 1 sec.
It's on your screen already.
Oh, is it? Yeah, okay, there it is. Okay, yeah, that's about it.
Yep, that's all his information right there. All right, Nia, go ahead and let us know where we can find you and all your good stuff.
What's good, everybody? It's your girl, Nia, TheVideoGamHer. Guys, thank you so much for coming through, man. You guys actually had a lot of really good discussions in the chat. I know it's hard to kind of like talk to you guys as I'm talking to the panel, but I saw the conversations y'all were having, man. Y'all were really getting it in today, so that makes me happy.
Shout out to chat.
Yeah, y'all actually participating today, so that's pretty exciting. Good questions and all that stuff. So yeah, make sure y'all continue to check us out, continue to share the podcast, continue to give us likes on the podcast, because the more likes that you guys give to us, the more likely we are to be in somebody's recommended feed. So that means that we get more support from y'all, and we get more people, and we can get support from them. So that's awesome. Yep. Shout outs to Real Gamer for coming through. Real Gamer, you're awesome. Thank you for stopping by and chatting with us and having an awesome Zelda discussion with us just randomly at the end of the podcast. That was pretty good. That was like a highlight. I'm probably gonna have to put that as like a standalone. I'm gonna have to put that as like a standalone topic or something on my channel. I say that every time, like I never do.
And then she don't do nothing. Shout outs to the chat, y'all.
Shout outs to Real Gamer. Make sure y'all check out his channel. He's got his podcast tomorrow, so make sure y'all go and check that out and support that as well. So yeah, man, that's all from us, all from me. And yeah, thanks again.
All good night. So shout outs to Ruby, Jerry, Ron. We got Tony up in here, Mohammed up in here. We got all y'all Improns. Yeah. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate y'all. I am Coupon, the struggle gamer at this time. You can find me over at Coupon Strides on over on YouTube and on Facebook. You can find me at Coupon, Twitch, and Twitter. And yeah, I'll probably be streaming maybe tomorrow, maybe later this week. Not sure. I gotta see what my schedule is looking like. But you know me, I just stream whatever. Just check me on Twitter to see if I put up a poll so you guys can tell me what you want to see me play and whatnot. I'll catch you guys on another Team Red Talks. Thanks for coming through. Don't forget to hit those likes. Subscribe to these lovely peoples on the panels here. And yeah, we out.
Peace.
Peace.